Okay, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening as usual. I hope na maayos, malusog at masaya ka while watching this. And before we proceed with our sessions, magdasal muna tayo, okay? Dear Lord, we thank you for this day and for the gift of learning. Guide us with wisdom, patience, and understanding in all that we do. May we use our knowledge to serve others and make a positive impact in the world. Bless our minds and our hearts to be open to new insights and lessons. We pray, Amen. Okay, welcome sa ating sessions today. Ang topic natin ngayon ay tungkol sa tinatawag nating supply chain management o yung tinatawag nating SCM. For sure, I'm sure narinig nyo na rin ito. Pero alam nyo ba kung gaano ito kahalaga sa isang negosyo? So, imagine this. Okay? Bumili ka ng favorite mong gadget online or yung gusto mong gamit. Okay? Mabilis bang dumating yon yung in-order? Kung ang sagot mo ay yes, then that is a sign of good supply management. Okay? When we say SCM or supply chain management, it is all about managing the entire process mula sa pagkuha ng raw materials hanggang sa pag-deliver ng finished products sa customers. Okay? Ang goal nito ay mapababa ang cost, mapabilis ang processes, at masigurong on-time ang delivery. So, paano natin ma-achieve ng lahat ng yan? Okay? So, let's dive in and let me share my slides. Okay. Okay. When we say supply chain design, ang tawag sa pag-structure ng supply chain, okay, para ma-meet yung business objectives. It's like planning a road trip. So deciding kung saan ang daan, saan ang ruta natin, saan tayo magpapagas, at kung saan tayo kakain. Okay? That's the practical example ng supply chain design. Okay? Um, Ngayon, let's talk about the key elements of this supply chain design. Okay, number one is what we call the network configurations. Dapat alam kung sino-sino at saan ang suppliers, manufacturers, warehouses, at ang ating distribution centers. Napaka-importante yan. Okay? The second is the product flow. So tinitingnan dito kung paano gagalaw ang goods mula suppliers papunta sa customers. So para siyang traffic flow. So kailangan maayos para iwas abala. And of course, the third is information flow. So or pag-share ng data. So parang sa group chat na kailangan ang lahat ay updated. The last one is what we call the financial flow. So it refers to pag-manage ng pera, payment or pagbayad, and of course the credit terms and risk. Okay? So imagine a global electronics company. Okay? Tulad ng Samsung. Samsung. So they source different parts mula sa iba't ibang low-cost countries. Tapos, a-assemble yan sa central locations at distribute globally. So, in this way, efficient at responsive sila sa demand ng market. So, dito pa lang, kita nyo na kung paano or gaano ka-crucial ang tinatawag nating strategic planning. So, that's what we call supply chain design. So pag-usapan naman natin ngayon yung tinatawag natin supply chain strategy. Ito naman ay long-term plan sa design at operation ng supply chain. Okay? At may tinatawag tayong iba't ibang strategies depending on the product and the market. Okay? The number one is what we call efficient supply chain. So, focus ito sa cost minimization at ito ay swak or applicable sa mga stable at predictable ang demand. Okay, that's the efficient supply chain. Cost minimization ang pinaka-focus. And then second is the responsive supply chain. When we say responsive supply chain, prioritize speed. Okay? Yung bilis and flexibility. When we say responsive supply chain, bagay ito sa mga product na mabilis magbago ang trends tulad ng mga fashions ngayon. Okay? Next is agile supply chain. When we say agile supply chain, ito yung combo or combination ng one and two natin, the efficiency and responsiveness. Parang superhero to, mabilis mag-adjust sa market changes. And of course, the risk hedging supply chain. Ito naman yung pooling resources para mas manageable ang risk. Okay? Think of it as a safety net para iwas sa mga unexpected events. So let's say, for example, Shopee. Kung holiday season at maraming sales, so responsive strategy sila. So extra workforce, additional hubs, at special promotions para makakope sa surge ng demand. So that's what we call supply chain strategy. Okay, let's talk about inventory management. This is one of the most important aspects of supply chain management. Kumbaga sa buhay, ang inventory management is like budgeting and organizing your resources para hindi ka nauubusan or na-overstock. Okay? Kasi in business, it's all about striking the right balance between meeting your customers' demand and keeping your cost low. So, imagine niyo na lang yung inyong kitchen pantry. So, kung masyado kang maraming stock, baka masiraan ka ng pagkain. Pero kung wala namang laman, baka naman magutuman ka. So, ganyan din sa business. Managing inventory is very crucial to ensure that we have enough stock without overstocking. And now, let's talk about the important or the key concept in inventory management. So let's start with the basics. Okay, so in businesses, there are types of inventory. Okay, we have raw materials. Ito yung mga basic na materyales na ginagamit para makagawa ng produkto. Gaya ng harina or flour for a bakery, or di kaya naman yung kahoy or wood for yung sa mga gumagawa ng mga furniture. Okay? That's what we call raw material. And the second one is what we call the work in process. So ito naman yung mga items na nasa kalagitnaan pa ng production process. Okay, meaning hindi pa tapos pero malapit na. So parang dough, in a need mo na pero hindi pa naluluto. Or sa paggiling ng palay, yung balat or yung ipa or yung tinatawag nating rice husk pa lang yung natatanggal. So, hindi pa siya totally bigas. Okay? Kasi kung bigas na siya, ang tawag na natin doon ay finished goods. So, ito na yung mga completed products na ready na for sale. Okay? For example, yung tinapay na freshly baked bread na sa mga panaderia or yung car fresh from the assembly line or yung sinasabi ko nga from milling of palay, yung mismong bigas or rice na. That's what we call the finished goods. And ito, And number 4 is, ito yung medyo ibang level na to, the maintenance, repair, and operations inventory or the MRO inventory. And it includes items that support production but are not part of the final product, like spare parts, cleaning supplies, or tools. So sa madaling salita, ito yung mga nasa backstage, essential. They are also equally important kasi hindi mo magagawa yung product mo without this MRO inventory. Okay? So, let's take a bakery as an example. So, yung flour, sugar, and eggs, yan yung tinatawag nating raw materials. Walay pa. While nagbe-bake ka, yung kalahati, finished cakes. So, you are in a work in uh, process, half finished cake pa lang. So, once out of the oven na, and yun nga, they become your finished goods. And the baking trays or the mixers, they are belong to the MRO naman. Okay? So, that are the types of inventory. We have raw materials, work in process, finished goods, and the maintenance, repair, and operations inventory. Okay. The next one is the inventory control technique. So to effectively manage your inventory, so company use various techniques para hindi ma-stock out or ma-overstock. So let's explore some of these methods. And first, kilalang kilala dyan is number 1 is the EOQ or the economic order quantity. And it helps determine the most cost-effective quantity to order each time. So imagine a bookstore. So EOQ will help them determine how many books they should order at once para matipid din sa delivery cost pero hindi naman sobra-sobra na lumaos na yung titles o yung libro. Okay? So as you can see, the formula is 2 times annual usage or yung tinatawag nating demand times the ordering cost divided by carrying cost percentage times unit cost or yung tinatawag nating holding cost. Baka kasi hindi nyo makita yung formula na carrying cost percentage times unit. Okay? At ang binigay lang sa inyo ay holding cost. So, yun po yun. Okay? So, it is also important because it improve order fulfillment, minimize the overage, it less waste, reduce storage costs, and maaaring magkaroon ng quantity discount. Okay, nakikita natin yung pinaka-formula natin dyan. Okay, the 2 times demand times ordering cost divided by the holding cost. So let's say, for example, 2 times the annual usage or the demand of the 3,000 units times 2, $2 or 2 pesos divided by $20 to or 20 pesos in Philippines naman niya, peso times 3%. So mayroon tayong square root of 6,000 units times $2 divided by 0.6 $0.60. So 12,000 divided by 0.60 equals 20,000. So may square root tayo dyan. So the answer of EOQ is 141. Okay, the next inventory control technique is the order point, the safety stock, and ABC analysis. Okay, ROP or the reorder point, okay, tells you when it's time to order again. So parang alarm system siya to avoid stock out. Okay, reorder point again tells you when it's time to order again. So wait, parang nawala yung ating share screen tayo ulit. Okay. Okay. Uh, ROP tells you when it's time to order again. So parang alarm system to avoid stock outs. Okay. So for example, sa bahay, automatic sa atin na pag tatlo na lang yung itlog, bibili na tayo agad kasi malapit nang maubos. So ganyan din sa business. Okay. Meron silang set point na kapag umabot dito sa level or quantity na to, or level or quantity na ito, order na tayo ulit. Okay? Example, a grocery store uses ROP for fast-moving items like milk. So kapag umabot na sa critical level na yung stocks nila ng gatas, auto-replenish na, 'di ba? Para hindi mabitin yung mga customers. Okay. And when we say um, safety stocks, it is the extra inventory held to caution against unexpected demand or delays. So parang extra rice mindset natin. Better to have more para hindi mabitin. Para in case na mayroong order or may demand, may maibibigay tayo kaagad. So for an example, sa isang electronic store. So, holding a safety stock of a popular gadget means they can handle sudden spike in demand. So, like kapag nag-sale or may bagong release, of course, uh, ready sila kasi meron silang buffer stock or meron silang tinatawag na safety stock. And to get the reorder point, okay, ang formula natin is lead time, demand, plus the safety stock. Okay? When we say lead time, it is the average daily usage times kung ilan yung lead time. While the safety stock naman, maximum daily usage times maximum lead time, ililess natin yan sa average daily usage times average lead time. So that is the reorder point. Okay? And of course, to get the average daily usage, of course, number of orders during time period, ilan ba? Lahat, kunwari sa isang buong taon. Divided by kung ilang days in time period or ilang days sa isang taon. Okay? When we say lead time, it is a sum of supply delay plus reordering delay. Okay? Again, for the lead time demand, usage daily, average daily usage times the lead time. And for the safety stock, max the uh, max daily or the maximum daily usage times maximum lead time, of course, minus the average daily usage times average lead time. Okay? That's the reorder point. Okay, kapag sinabi naman nating ABC analysis, okay, this technique categorizes inventory into three classes, A, B, and C. So, based on value and importance. So, yung A items are high value, while the B are considered moderate, and the letter C items are low value but high volume. Okay? So, parang sa Shopee cart natin, A items, ito yung mga mahal and best buys. B, yung mid-tier. And C, yung mga low-cost add-on. Okay? For example, naman tayo, sa pharmacy, uses ABC analysis, where high-value medicines like insulin fall under A. So, common over-the-counter items like vitamins naman falls under letter B. And everyday stuff like band-aids, okay, lotions, and of course, kung ano man yung mga daily needs, under letter C. So, mas focus sila sa monitoring ng A items kasi yun yung pinaka mahalaga. So, that's what we call ABC analysis. So, let's apply this concept with a real-world examples. Of course, the Jollibee. So alam naman natin sa fast food chains like Jollibee have a vast inventory. Karami. From raw materials like chicken and beef to packaging materials. So they use the EOQ to decide how much raw chicken to order para mabawasan yung gastos. May ROP din sila or reordering point to track when to reorder supplies like fries or gravy mix. Meron din silang safety stock, especially during peak seasons like Christmas and New Year. Of course, and finally, the ABC analysis. It helps them focus on high demand items like, of course, the Chicken Joy. So ensuring stocks are always available. Inventory management isn't just about keeping items on shelves. Okay? It's about making strategic decisions that impact the whole business. So from raw materials to finished goods, it's like having the right tools in your toolbox. So when you need them. So kaya next time you see a fully stocked store, remember na may science behind it that ensures you get what you need when you need it. Okay? Okay, excuse me. For this part of our discussion, we'll dive deeper into the just-in-time or the GIT and the lean systems, okay, later on. So these are not just strategies for businesses, but a philosophies that can actually shape how we think about efficiency and productivity, whether in business, school, or even in our daily lives, okay? JIT, the just in time, and the lean are all about the maximizing value while minimizing waste. Okay? Kumbaga sa buhay natin, there are like that habit of decluttering your room. So keeping what's important and removing what is unnecessary. Pero syempre, mas complex to. So sa business context, so let's break it down. Okay? When we say JIT, JIT is an inventory strategy, okay, where materials are received exactly when they are needed, not before and definitely not after. Okay? Litin ko. Where materials are received exactly when they are needed, not before and definitely not after. So para mas madali, isipin natin ang GIT as no stock, no waste. Okay? It's a pull system, meaning production happens only when there is demand. Okay? And there are key principles of the GIT. So imagine this, you are at a party and instead of filling your plate with everything at once, you only get food when you're ready to eat. Okay? Yung kailan mo lang siya kakainin. So, JIT works the same way. It's about producing only what is needed when it is needed, which reduces excess inventory and the waste. Okay, that's the pull system. So take McDonald's as an example. So they don't cook all the burgers in the morning. So just let them sit until someone orders. So instead, they have a JIT system where the cooking starts when an order comes in. So what's the benefit? Fresh, made to order food for the customers, and minimal waste for the company. The number two is the what we call continuous improvement or the what we call Kaizen. Okay. When we say continuous improvement or Kaizen, this principle means always looking for ways to improve processes, no matter how small. Okay? Continuous improvement is at the heart of the GIT. So, wala tayong concept na good enough. Okay? Wala yon, walang it's good enough. Tama na yan. We always strive for better. So, the best example is, let's look at Toyota. They are the pioneers of JIT and the Kaizen. So sa Toyota, kahit na simpleng pag-aayos lang ng tools ng workers para mas mabilis nilang ma-reach, ginagawa yan. So one time, they noticed that workers were wasting seconds just to find the right tool. So they restructured the workstations to place tools within arm's reach. So that simple change saved time and increased productivity. Okay? So yan, ganun ang Toyota. Inayos nila kung saan mo dapat ilalagay para kapag kailangan mo, identify mo na kaagad kung saan mo kukunin. Okay? The number 3 is the supplier relationship. When we say supplier relationship, GIT relies heavily on good supplier relationship. Para itong partnership kasi, kung magka-problema ka sa supplier, for sure ang ating operations ay damay na. So, the goal of the JIT is to build trust and ensure that materials arrive on time every time. So, example, Honda works closely with its supplier, sharing forecasts and production schedules para align yung operations nila with their suppliers. So, hindi sila basta-basta nag-order lang. So, they have meetings and even workshops with supplier para sure na smooth ang coordinations. So, think of it as a teamwork na para siyang group projects nyo. So, everyone needs to be on the same page para walang sasablay. Okay? Okay, now let's talk about the lean systems. If the JIT focuses on reducing inventory, ang lean naman is focuses on reducing all types of waste. Okay? Waste. Whether it is time, resources, or effort. Okay? Lean is about maximizing the value with minimal resources. So, ang goal, give the customer what they want, when they want it, with as little waste as possible. Okay? Ang goal ng lean is to give the customer what they want, when they want it, with as little waste as possible. So the key concepts of the lean, number 1 is the value stream mapping. Ito ay parang pag-drawing ng isang mapa ng proseso ng paggawa ng produkto, step by step, from start to finish. So the idea is to see where the waste is happening, like bottlenecks or delays, and find ways how to eliminate those challenges. Okay? Imagine a coffee shop. You can map out everything from when the beans are roasted, to brewing, to serving. Kung makita na ang pila sa cashier ay nagpapatagal, you might decide to add a self-service option or streamline the payment process. Okay, that's the value stream mapping. Next is the 5S methodology. The sort, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. Ito ang Lean's way of keeping the workplace organized and efficient. So, parang general cleaning, but with a purpose. Make things orderly to save time and reduce mistakes. So, in a manufacturing plant, ang tools are sorted, labeled, and placed sa isang specific location. Nang sa ganitong paraan, workers don't waste time looking for things. Okay? So, parang ganun sa school or bahay. Okay? This could be like keeping your study desk neat so that you can find your pen or notebook immediately when you need it. Okay. The number three is the Kaizen. When we say Kaizen, is, as I said, it is a continuous improvement. Again, this is a principle na binanggit natin kanina. Pero sa Lean, it involves everyone. Okay? From the CEO down to factory workers. The idea is simple. Small, consistent changes lead to big improvements over time. Okay? The idea is simple. Small, consistent changes lead to big improvement over time. So in a grocery store, Kaizen can be something as simple as changing the way items are stocked on shelves para mas madaling makuha ng customers. Yan. Little things like this make a big difference in efficiency. Okay. And the fourth is the what we call the Six Sigma. It is about reducing defects naman to ensure that products are made correctly the first time, every time. So it uses data to identify problems and find solutions. So parang detective work siya na ginagamit ang numbers. So take a look at Samsung, which uses Six Sigma to ensure that their electronics, like smartphones, are made to exact standards. So by analyzing data, they can find kung saan yung error, okay? And fix them before they become big issues. So in lean management, tandaan, we identify the value and map the value stream and create flow, then establish a pull system, and lastly, pursue perfections. So in a real world example, so Toyota's GIT and Lean system. So let's combine everything into a real world scenario, okay? Toyota, as we mentioned, uses GIT to ensure that car parts arrive exactly when needed. So they also use Lean principles like value stream to keep value stream mapping to keep their production lines efficient and waste-free. So sa isang Toyota factory where each car is made to order, so there are no excess parts lying around. Walang nasasayang na oras. At bawat worker knows exactly what to do at the right time. So that is all. Kita naman natin, high quality cars, low cost, and satisfied customers. Okay. JIT and Lean system teaches us that less can actually be more. Okay. It's about focusing on what is essential and trimming down what is not. So this mindset doesn't just apply to business. It is something we can bring into our daily lives, whether it is managing our time, our studies, or even our personal goals. So, let's apply this principle not just in our class, but in our approach to challenges. So, be efficient, be mindful of ways, and always look for ways to improve one small step at a time. For this session, of course, my key takeaways are plan with purpose. Okay? Whether it is choosing supplier or setting up distribution centers. So each decision should align with your company goals. So sa buhay ganito din, planuhin ang bawat akbang para abot kamay ang success. The number two is be adaptable. Minsan hindi lahat ng plano natin nag-work out as expected. So supply chain strategy tulad ng agile at responsive teaches us to adapt. Okay? Importante ito, hindi lang sa negosyo, kundi sa real life, di ba? Pag may change, mag-adjust ka na agad. Okay? And of course, continuous improvement. Sa GIT and Lean, we learn about the importance of always looking for ways to improve, whether it is reducing waste or streamlining processes. The key is never to be complacent. Para sa studies nyo, kahit okay na ang grade, strive pa rin for better. Okay? And it is important to collaborate and communicate. The flow of information is as important as the flow of goods. Kailangan lahat ng bahagi ng supply chain ay mag-usap. Ganon din tayo, whether in a group work, business, or life. Good communication is key. Okay, for final thoughts, of course, supply chain management is all about teamwork, strategy, and of course, smart decision making. So, parang sports siya, di ba? So, walang silbi ang isang player kung hindi nakikipag-coordinate sa iba. So, the success of one part affects the whole chain. Kaya remember, whatever field you pursue in the future, whether business, engineering, or even public service, government, SCM principle will always be relevant. Okay? As you go through the activities, think about the real world applications. So imagine how these strategies are used by the companies you interact with daily, like grocery stores, online shopping platforms, even your favorite food chain. Okay? So the next time you receive a package on time or see well-stocked shelves, think about the complex supply chain behind it. Okay? So in every decision, whether in business or life, okay, think strategically. Okay? Look for efficiencies, eliminate the waste, communicate effectively, and most importantly, keep moving forward. Okay? All right. As we wrap up our discussion on supply chain management, I hope you've seen how critical SCM is in every aspect of business operations and also to our lives. So it is not just about moving products from point A to point B. It's about making smart decisions that affect the entire business or our lives. Okay? So, mm, ayan. So, maraming salamat, of course, sa inyong pakikinig and I look forward to hearing your insights and seeing your creativity shine in our activities. Okay, so let's make SCM or the supply chain management more than just a theory. Okay, let's make it part of our mindset. So again, thank you everyone, and let's keep the momentum going. Okay, SCM doesn't just end here, and it's a skill and mindset we can carry forward in everything we do. Okay, and of course, uh, kita naman natin, di ba? Yung last slide natin, sabi niya ay, helping people create more value on their own represents one of the highest forms of respect. Okay. So magandang lesson in life siya. So muli, maraming maraming salamat and lagi tayo mag-iingat.